All right, so one of the things that made me so passionate about law ever since I was a little girl was looking at how sometimes the standards of laws are not fairly applied. And also, you know, it's not always what you know or what you can prove. And I say that because recently I've had many unpleasant interactions with people I do not know, offering me rides, following me down the street, and unless I record them and scream bloody murder, nothing ever seems to be done. And so, after speaking with several law enforcement officers in many jurisdictions about this matter, I'm always told, well, it has to be more than one occurrence. So, one of the things I want to say is that a lot of times laws need to be changed. And as you all know, law enforcement is something that I take very seriously. So the great thing about knowing judges, knowing officers, sheriffs, and mayors, governors, and beyond is that we have the ability to change the law. And so rather than having to protest or file a grievance or a complaint, I've taken the opportunity to build coalitions. As you all know, community engagement is everything. And so documenting and keeping very detailed records is something that I specialize in. That's why I did so well in school. And so I'm looking forward to working with many jurisdictions, City of Rockville, City of Tacoma Park, to name a few, especially because these are, areas of Montgomery County. I do apologize, I'm in a coffee shop. These are areas where you have a mayor, city council, but also Montgomery County is the overriding authority. And then to take it a step further, the state of Maryland is the final authority. And then if necessary, you have the federal government. So having worked for many local governments as well as the federal government, I'm looking forward to making changes for all people that will improve the quality of life. Sometimes when people are experiencing things that are unpleasant, they're not always listened to or talked to or treated with the respect that they deserve. I want to give a shout out to the officers that responded to my call this past weekend. And when I say that, they brought to my awareness an opportunity to make a change in many things that I have experienced, and also this has been reported to me. So I take the time to listen to people, which is why I volunteer within many jurisdictions, DC, Baltimore, just to name a few, Prince George's County as well. And so I have some schoolwork to do. And I also highly recommend that when you want to bring about change, you have to build coalitions in the community and also never be afraid to speak up. I know there's a lot that's going on in the world right now and with the federal government and things of that nature. And that kind of makes people apprehensive if they're going to be listened to. So I see myself being an advocate for all people, making sure that not only the laws that are followed, but some laws on the books do need to be changed. And that is a part of working with different police jurisdictions, different sheriffs, different courts, things of that nature. And once again, I'm serving as an election judge. And I'm looking forward to that as well because there are many things I'd like to see changed in that regard, especially with voter fraud and identity theft. Now, I cannot control the fact that, as you all know, in the state of Maryland, there has been another person with my exact name. Different middle name, different address, and whole nine, but they have been frequenting places that I have lived all my life, like Rockville, Gaithersburg, Germantown, Baltimore, DC, and even way out California. To my surprise, they had quite a few people, which is uncommon, given the fact that I don't have a sister, and everyone that knows me knows that I have brothers, many of them. So that's why it's important that people be who they are and actually say who they are, right? So in the community, I just want to make that clear that I am someone that has lived throughout Maryland and all these areas for many years, and I shall continue to do so. And I just really appreciate all the support, and thank you for bringing to my attention about many people with the same name as me. Now you all have a very blessed day, and once again, I look forward to seeing many of you in the court of law.